Hello, my name's Artemis, and if there's one uniform shared experience I'm sure we can all relate to, it's that exasperated question of, why can't you just be normal?
When you have interests, hobbies, or even lifestyles that don't conform to the social norms, people will often see you sticking out just like the straight guy at a fur con, and they decide to question you on your decision to deviate from what is societally accepted.
So obviously that's what we're going to have a look into this week because, you know, ourselves, we are pretty goddamn motherfucking weird and we've learned quite a few lessons in that department. So, I guess let's dig in. The majority gets to set the standards for what is considered normal. That is just the way that society works. Everything is weighed up against what most people do, and there is a standard set for some reason, as if we need that sort of thing, but whatever.
Yes, indeed, whether it ranges from smaller interests such as playing D&D, collecting action figures, or engaging in online roleplays, or maybe something a bit more involved like a hobby such as LARPing, or going to furry conventions, or anime conventions even, or even if it ranges right the way up to a full-blown sexual fetish that's basically anything other than the, you know, mundane, humble, heteronormative humping that everyone's used to. Everything is up on the target board and ready for someone to throw their shitty opinion at.
Okay, sir, before I can allow you access into society, we just need to clarify a few of these interests of yours.
Okay, I don't see how that's any of your business, but fine.
Okay, it says here, do you like to collect footwear? So what are we talking? Are they Nikes, Adidas, maybe Yeezys?
No, actually none of those. It's slippers, like, you know, big, fluffy, plushy, comfy ones that feel really nice.
Right. Slippers, okay. Okay, so it's also saying here you have some sort of anatomical appreciation. So I assume we're talking, what, tits or ass?
No, none of that shit. That's no, it's paws. Actually, you know, like, you know, feet paws.
Okay. Well, this is just getting worse and worse. What kind of sporting events do you like to attend?
Well, it's mostly just furry conventions, but I'm not 100% sure that they count.
They really fucking don't, sir. I mean, holy shit. And what is this about asexuality? I mean, how can you not want to fuck?
I mean, I doubt this is news to anybody. We've probably all faced this in our past before. And yeah, the pressure to conform does come in many shapes and sizes and from all directions.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease. The tallest blade of grass is the one that tends to get cut first. These are things that we've always heard from people who are trying to warn us because we are standing out in ways that potentially might not be the best for us. And I'm pretty fucking sure most of us can relate to hearing this quite a bit in their life. Actually, all the fucking time.
This kind of pressure can quite often come from parents. And I mean, that is a natural thing. Your parent is always going to want to protect you. That is their natural instinct. And often protecting you means you go back to those evolutionary survival instincts, such as, you know, there's safety in numbers. So therefore, conforming to the norm and being a part of the whole and being similar to everyone else is safety. It means that you're going to have an easy life with less trouble in it, or at least that's what, you know, you would be forgiven for expecting, because that ain't the fucking way it works. So it's no wonder that they try and keep these things going, because anything different can be a sign that something's not right, something is in fact wrong, and there could even be something wrong with you if their thinking is particularly backward. And this can sometimes mean that they try and force you to live in certain ways so that you know, grow up exactly how they think you should. But it can also have the opposite effect. And, you know, if someone says, hey, you can't do this, teenagers' instincts is naturally to go, fuck you, I can do what I want.
You know, you really should just try to, you know, straighten up and fly straight. Be straight, you know what I mean? You know, just like everybody else, it would make things just so much easier for you.
Asexuality to the max!
I don't give a fuck, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck about you or anything that you do.
Of course, it's not just parents that are to blame. No, society plays probably a bigger part in this game of shame than we would be used to, although it is a bit more of a passive one. Just one that also forces us to change our expressions and our lives and what exactly we want to show to the world. So, a pretty bad one.
When the entire world moves in one direction and it's not a direction that you also want to move in, it can be very easy to feel left out and vulnerable and on your own. And, you know, we have those inbuilt instincts, those survival instincts that we've gained through evolution to try and conform and fit in because there's safety in numbers. So, yeah, it can be pretty fucking hard.
The problem with this is that it's almost guaranteed to lead to really dark places of repression and rejection. And when you spend so much time of your life viewing these things about yourself as abnormal and weird and not the same as everyone else, it can tend to have a very severe and damaging effect on your sense of self-worth. And even finding your way through all of these issues, even finding your way to places where you are accepted and able to live freely, isn't always enough. And those issues can still persist because, after all, you've spent so much time trying to fit yourself into a box that you were never supposed to fit into.
Yeah, tits, ass and tits, basically, anything, you know, round, I guess, that makes me want to do a whole set, one measurement of sex on them. I want to do a sex on them, it makes me, you better watch out, because I'm gonna do something, I guess.
You see this all the time. You see people who are slightly ashamed or even, you know, hating themselves for what they enjoy, what they love, and limiting themselves in their life because of other people who have judged them for it. But there is another side to this, and there are ways to combat it, and I'm fairly certain we're going to talk about that next, because this is a, what's it say here, segue.
People are typically loudmouth assholes who are always looking to point out the flaws and the weirdness of other people for their own, I don't know, entertainment, social capital gains. And in fact, you can just look back at human history and see perfect examples of that. I mean, once upon a time, it was completely abnormal for a woman to actually have a mind of her own and not want to be just a kitchen-bound, baby-making slave. And any woman who dared think otherwise, she's a witch! So, yeah, people generally assholes always targeting things that are different.
But interestingly enough, this often comes from a place of insecurity. You see, the ones who are the most loud-mouthed and vocal about their fucking objections to this shit tend to be the ones that have also got something hidden away that they perhaps feel a little bit ashamed of, that people have told them is weird. They might even have been bullied for it in the past. And, you know, that means that they want to hide it. That means they don't want to go through that scrutiny and that judgment again. And the easiest way to do that is to throw all that attention at someone else and try and pretend that they're the weird ones, not you, because I mean, if you're weird, then why would you be judging the weirdness?
Okay, they're a freak. They're a complete fucking weirdo. I mean, just look at them, that's pretty obvious. And so are they. Yeah, they're freaks too. What? Me? No, no, I'm pointing out the freaks, alright? Clearly I'm not one of them. I mean, it's not as if it takes one to know one. They're a fucking freak.
There is, of course, the issue of social capital and just attempting to fit in with the crowd. I mean, not everybody is 100% abusive 100% of the time. And sometimes when you are trying to fit into a crowd and you're just trying to hide the things about yourself that you find a bit weird and you're not quite fitting in, it's all too easy to target somebody else, somebody who is weirder or less normal than you. Do you like these air quotations? And that way you can then shift the focus off of you. No one's looking at you in judgment because you've just picked a new target, and that also has the added benefit of making you funny, giving you that social capital, and also giving you that position of power and authority over other people with that judgment.
But of course, what this ultimately boils down to is whether or not you should give a fuck about these judgments. I mean, it seems like everybody has something that they are feeling self-conscious about, that they feel vulnerable over. There's something that perhaps other people have told them is weird and they should be ashamed of. Everybody has something that ticks that box, so therefore anybody who's throwing judgments your way is dealing with the same thing that you are. They feel the same way. And anybody that wants to throw those judgments is clearly just pointing themselves out and going, hey, you see me? I don't matter to you or your life. Because they don't. Anybody who's going to judge you for this shit, they don't fucking matter. They're nothing. Half the time, if it's in public and you're like, oh my god, are people looking at me? Are people judging? Who gives a shit? Are you going to remember their face in 10 minutes' time? Do you even know their fucking name? Do they exist in your plane of existence after this? I don't fucking think so. Okay, you can't give people that power. And it's very easy for me to stand up here and say that and say, yes, don't give people that power over you. Living it is a whole other fucking thing. Trust me on that. But you need to try and find ways to get out of your head about it. Just stop thinking about, oh my God, what if people are looking or what if they're judging? And start realizing that ultimately no one gives a shit. People don't tend to really say much. And if they do, it's because, you know, oh my God, that person's doing something weird. I better show that I am against that weirdness unless someone thinks I might do it as well, but secretly I want to. Live your life for you. Don't live it up to the expectations of random invisible assholes who never, ever, ever matter to you or your life. Fuck them.
Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a fun one to make because I'm not normal either. I don't know if you can tell from all of the examples I've given you over the years. If you did enjoy it, maybe you could join me in not being normal and have a look at this merchandise promo. Yeah, that's right. We're still just as shameless as before. Slightly more relaxed today about it though, because, you know, you should just check it out. Maybe get a shirt, maybe get a paw pillow. Who knows? It helps us out a lot, supports us, and after all, that is what you should be doing. Yeah, just gonna say it. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you did find it informative. I hope you related to it in some way and that you found out that you don't have to live by the judgments of other people because they're all cunts. That's the takeaway message here. People, absolute cunts.
Yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. It's a nice fun one to make because, hey, we're all goddamn fucking weird here and that's just the way we like it because who the fuck wants to be normal? Seriously, what the fuck? But yes, hopefully you did enjoy it. If you did, maybe you would like to, I don't know, hit the bell or do the other stuff that I'm supposed to say at the end of a video. Or maybe even just have a look at this Patreon and support us. Who knows? That could be really good for you, for me, for everybody. So yes, there you go. There it is. There's the graphic. That's pretty much the sum of it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you did enjoy it. I guess you'll see us next week. Like, if you turn up again, please do, hopefully.